am here to do the book Sacrifice tag. This tag was created by Ariel Bassett, and I will leave her original video down below. You should check it out if you haven't yet, but I'm pretty sure you have. But you can watch it again if you would like. And I was tagged by Amber from Nerdy Book Lover, and I will also leave her video down below also, so you should check it out if you haven't yet, but also you probably have, and if you haven't, go do it now. I'm just gonna say, as a disclaimer for this video, I don't hate a lot of books. I don't love some books, and I'm disappointed in some books, but I think there's very few books that I hate. Because usually when I don't like a book, I just don't finish reading it, so I don't have enough of the book to develop a hatred towards it. So I think this video is going to be about books that I just don't like as much as others. So I'm sorry for that. That I don't hate them, but what you gonna do? Scenario number 1. You're in a bookstore, just browsing, just looking at all the awesome books, when BAM! Zombie attack! An announcement comes over the PA system saying that Brad Pitt has come to save the day! No, that doesn't happen. Brad Pitt doesn't come to save the day. Instead, the PA system says that the military, maybe Brad Pitt, has discovered that the zombies' only weakness is overhyped books. What book that everyone else says is amazing but you really hated do you start chucking at the zombies knowing that it will count as an overhyped book and successfully wipe them out? I think I'm gonna say The Darkest Minds, and I liked this book. I liked it, but I think it was overhyped. I don't think it is a hypey book. I think it was a fine book that was good to read. I heard a lot of really good stuff about it, and all the people who were saying good stuff about it were absolutely in love with it, and like were speechless and had nothing to say except that, oh my god, it was amazing, and oh my god, everyone needs to read it now, and yeah, you can read it if you want to. Sure. I'm not gonna stop you if you want to read it. Go ahead, you might like it. But I think this one was overhyped, and it's hard. So we can bang their heads with it. Stupid Ruby. So, you have just left the salon with a smashing new haircut. Boom! Torrential downpour. What sequel are you willing to use as an umbrella to protect yourself? Frank, okay, again, I didn't dislike this book, but I'm gonna go with Pandemonium. I liked this book. It was good. It just wasn't as good as the first one. Not nearly as good. The first one was amazing, and this one was pretty good. And I can't give you the spoiler, but people who read this book will know probably one of the main reasons why I didn't like it, and it wasn't as beautifully written, and it wasn't about the same thing. It wasn't the same story, it just had the same main character mostly, and yeah, so yes, I guess I could say that I was disappointed in this as a sequel, but again, I didn't hate it, but if I had to pick a sequel to cover my awesome haircut with, it would be this one. You're in a lecture, and your English teacher is going on and on about how this classic changed the world, how it revolutionized literature, and you get so sick of it that you chuck the classic right at his face. Because you know what? That classic is stupid, and it's worth attention just to show everyone how you feel. What classic do you chuck at his face? I don't have it here, but I'm gonna chuck Frankenstein at his face? Oh my god. Oh my god! Okay, that is a book that I hate. But you know what? I didn't read it. I tried to read it. I read the beginning, and I read the monsters chapters, and I read little tiny bits and pieces of it, but I hated it so much that I wanted to cry while I was reading it. I was like, as if they're making grade 11s read this piece of shit. Like, it was written 1,000,000 years ago, and the only reason they teach it is because it was written by a woman when women didn't do those things. It's so old and awful, and you can't understand the language, and it's so bad, and I'm pretty sure cousins get married in it, which is also bad, but that was an awful book for me. Ugh. And also, okay, so, where I went to school, I don't go to school anymore. Where I went to school, when I was in grade 7 or grade 8, they changed the grading system. So you didn't get, percentages, and you didn't get letters anymore. So you didn't get, like, 80%, you didn't get, like, Bs. You got levels. and they were levels 1 minus to 4 plus, which is funny, because that's the same thing as D minus to A plus. It's exactly the same thing, they're just numbers instead. And they meant pretty much the same thing, like a level 3 was like a B. It was average. And then when you failed, instead of getting an F, you got an R, because R was supposed to be less daunting looking, or less, like, less putting down? I don't know what the word is, like, less do you suck looking than an F, which is weird because an R is farther down the alphabet than F is, so that's worse. But anyway, on one of the tests on Frankenstein, I got an R minus. An R minus. That's not a grade. You can't negative fail something. I was really mad at my teacher for that, and I almost threw Frankenstein at her head. Seriously, I imagined doing it. Let's say that you're hanging out at the library when, bam, global warming explodes and the world outside becomes a frozen wasteland. You're trapped, and your only chance for survival is to burn a book. What is the book you first run to? Your least favorite book of all of life. What book do you not fully regret lighting? Okay, I think everyone knows what this book's gonna be. Oryx and Crake by Margaret Atwood. This book was the worst of life. And I read the whole thing, and I hated all of it. All of it, except for the fact that their chicken fingers were called chicky knobs. That amused me. But, die! If you want to see me bash that book to hell, I have a horrible review of it I'll link down there. It's really bad, like, I'm not nice at all in it, and I don't back up my reasons, I just complain about it and say that Margaret Atwood is crazy. But I think it's kind of funny, so if you want to watch a funny book review of me just bashing Margaret Atwood, then you can go watch it down there if you want to. I'm not looking to see if anyone has done these videos, so if you've already done it, then obviously then don't do it again, unless you want to, then go ahead, but, so if I tag you and you've done it, then just whatever, just be like, here's my video, I did it already, or don't. Okay, I'm gonna tag Larnie Ray, or Chronicles of Larnia. I don't know which one is your channel, but I like Chronicles of Larnia because that's cute, so I'm gonna tag that person. Noden Bookin' It, I'm gonna tag you. There you go, you have to do it now. And I'm gonna tag the YA Book Fanatic. That's it, that's all I'm tagging. So, if you've done them already, then I'm sorry, and yep. And if you haven't done them, then now you have to do it, or someone is going to come to your house and force you to listen to Justin Bieber. And if you like Justin Bieber, then I guess that's good for you.